Many people don't know this, but GameStop actually sponsored a Cup car in 2010 at Martinsville. So here's Joey Logano's 2010 GameStop Toyota Camry. Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again, back with another custom NASCAR diecast review. And I tell you what, probably half of y'all didn't even know this car actually ran. In 2010, Joey Logano ran a GameStop Cup car. Yes, a Cup car. This is not a fantasy at the Martinsville race. Of course, I was ran with a 2011 style spoiler, but you know me, I love CO2 diecast. So, this is absolutely one of the funnest builds I've done. I just love this car, man. I really do. Make sure to give the video a big thumbs up. Helps out the channel a lot. I tell you what, man, you are in for a treat today. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this 2010 GameStop Joey Logano Toyota Camry. Alrighty, folks, so over here to the nose of this car, you got GameStop, you got Power Up Rewards. You ever go to GameStop in the early 2010s? I know I did. I freaking miss going to GameStop a lot. I mean, it's still open, but it just doesn't have that same feel to it. I think part of that is with everything becoming more digital, you know, you just don't have that same experience of just going to a GameStop. You know, I remember back when buying the PlayStation 2 stuff there, man. I remember buying the Nintendo DS stuff. I mean, all that good jazz, right? So you got the Camry logo here. This was built on the promo mold, so you have that Gen 4 style back side window, but this was built on the promo mold, so that's always cool. Got, what is that, Gator back, Goodyear mail, is it ball or mail? I'm gonna say mail. I got Cop, Wicks, air filter, Sunoco. This is a custom car I built. I spray painted the car black, had to wait forever for the decals to come in, but I was like, you know what, man, let's freaking do it. I want to collect every COT car made from 2007 to 2010, and people think I'm joking. And I say this is the most humble way. I am determined to do so. And, of course, if God lets me, I'm going to. I'm going to try to, at least. And, of course, you know, your spoiler and your splitter are painted black as well. And over here to the left side of this car, and the gloss finish on this was floor polish. So it's pretty shiny. It's pretty shiny. The roof, though, whenever I was re-gluing this, because, you know, you have to clamp it down sometimes to keep the body together, because sometimes you get some chassis that and some cockpits that don't fit together too well, right? They're kind of a tight snug. Also, the left front's kind of hanging there. You can see how it's kind of odd like that. So that's a oopsie. But anyways, sometimes you need a clamp to hold the car together, right? And when you do that, sometimes it presses the clear coat and smears it. So I had to touch it up so it's a little bit more shiny than the rest of the car. But I tell you what, man, this was a paint scheme I really wanted to add to the collection. Of course, you got Joey Logano there. You got Sport Clips, Coca-Cola, Home Depot. You got 0211 Columbus, Ohio. I'm guessing that's a GameStop store. Got GameStop number 6544. This was ran at Martinsville, so I don't know if maybe it's some Martinsville area stores. Got the Home Depot back when they actually was sponsoring in NASCAR. I miss that sponsor very much. Got the number 20 there. And they made, like, literally, they ran so many different GameStop paint schemes in the Nationwide series. Now it's Xfinity. Like, literally, every week you could see a brand new video game on there. Because GameStop, I mean, they were, like, I'm telling you, bro, they invested so many millions of dollars into NASCAR. It was incredible. Like, it was pretty much the equivalent of, like, Kmart back in the 90s with, like, the open wheel and all that jazz. Like, they just threw so much freaking money. It's incredible. So you got NASCAR race car, you got NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, Coors Light Pole, O'Reilly, Autometer, Jags, Tissot's. And, of course, you got DirecTV, USG, 3M, Lincoln Welders, Mechanics Wear. You got Holly right there. You got Goodyear. And this is, of course, built with the period correct COT wheels. You can tell by the font. Of course, again, this, I think it's part of the, there's a little nub that holds the axle in place. I think that's kind of wonky jaw. It's either that or the wheel's slightly bent and it's hanging. Either way, it's not perfect, but I tell you what, it's a custom for a reason. And then over here to the caboose of this diecast. So this little side part right here, this was all one piece. This GameStop logo was separate, but this little corner piece right here was separate, right? This little doohickey right here that goes from the side over here to the back bumper, that was a separate piece, so I had to take that, kind of, you know, fix it to match that and actually have a good angle to go to the bottom. Obviously, it doesn't go all the way down to the bottom on this side compared to this one, but it is what it is. But yeah, I had to kind of match that up. That was that was interesting to do, say the least. And of course, you got your number 20 there. You got GameStop, you got Toyota, and of course, you know, it's a custom diecast. The ink quality is still pretty good, but it's a little bit pixelated sometimes. You know, that's just part of it. I got the little tail light over here on the left side. Obviously, this was ran with the 2011/12 back spoilers, so there was no winglets. I didn't have a logo that I could put on the winglets, like a small Home Depot logo or the GameStop logo or anything like that. I didn't do any of that because obviously I didn't have one. I think the Power Up Rewards logo would have been really cool to put on the winglets. Now, I tell you what, folks, you know, if you really like GameStop and you just like the experience of going to a place, nothing but video games and all kinds of jazz, I'm telling you, man, 15 years from now, GameStop's not going to be around unless they make drastic changes. I don't be surprised we're going to be talking about GameStop in the same light as Blockbuster. I'm just saying. GameStop, in a lot of ways, is Blockbuster, just for video games. So, yeah, celebrate it and enjoy it while it lasts. GameStop, in my opinion, is a dying art because one of these days, they're going to... Oh, obviously, check out the window. It's not even put in all the way. That's cool. But one of these days, man, I tell you, they're not even going to have video game copies being made. It's all going to be digital, right? All the new releases, everything, it's all going to be digital. So get ready for that one day because that's where the future of these consoles are going. So get ready for that. Of course, you got your number 20 here. You know, the pattern for this car is quite interesting. It's a little bit darker, a little bit more, I would say, has like a fade pattern on the actual car. But, you know, with it being a decal, you know, it's hard to get those fade patterns. So it kind of looks like a wavy vine just chilling right like one of those big old vines. But instead of it being green, it's like red. And but on the actual car, it's a little bit more of like a space red, kind of fading now. But it is what it is, you know. It is a custom, and I love building it on the promo mode because it just reminds me of like a GameStop promo, right? You can see this maybe sitting on the countertop when you're picking up, you know, Dirt 2 or whatever you want to buy. That's a really good game, by the way. And over here to the roof of this diecast, I already mentioned how we put another coat of clear coat on the roof here. And the roof decal, it didn't match all the way. Like, the roof decal, it went all the way to the back here, right? It got all the way over here. But the front part was missing. It was a little too small. So what I had to do is I had to take some red. I had to cut it, and I had to kind of shape it and, like, stick it there. That way the 20 would match all across. So that was a little bit of a trick, but we got that down. You know, that stuff is hard to do at first, but once you get the clear coat on it, it's easy because it don't move. But when you're trying to do that, but without clear coat, you don't have nothing to hold it down. It's really easy to move it around and screw it all up. So that's something you want to clear coat ahead of time. Also, big oof here. Big oof. So there was a little bit of glue that got underneath because, you know, got to glue the windows and all that jazz together. Some glue ran up and it was on top of the deck. Not on the top, but it was on top of the window. I had to scrape that off, and that was not easy because you can see all the little scratch marks there. Unfortunately, it kind of scratched this decal right here because this little red ribbon was shooting down, like it was folded inside of that little crevice. So it kind of cut that up a little bit. So it does look like a oopsie there. I did try to clear coat over it to give it a little bit of a new texture. It feels good, you know, it doesn't feel terrible, but it doesn't look too good either. The Home Depot logo, this was like just a fraction too big, so I had to cut off a little bit of the bottom here to get it to fit. I don't know the back window dimensions for the actual Toyota Camry diecast. It might be a little bit smaller, so perhaps it would have fit. I don't know. But anyways, I had to cut the bottom of that a little bit just to get that Home Depot logo in its place. I was going to use this one down here, the little small one, but it just didn't look right. So I just went ahead and just used that one. Alrighty, folks, that is it for today's NASCAR Diecast review. It's a 2010 Joey Logano with a screwed up left front. That's cool. GameStop Toyota Camry. I tell you what, man. They made his nationwide car, I think, for 2009 and maybe 2008 as well. But I could just see one of these promo COTs just sitting on the counter, you know, in the little Gold Series box at your local GameStop, maybe for like $10. Dude, I tell you what, as much as I used to go to GameStop, I would have probably owned more than one of these if they actually sold these in, you know, the Cup Series car or whatnot. But I tell you what, I wanted to build it. I'm a huge video game nerd, so this was definitely a car I wanted to have. And I tell you what, man, they made so many different paint schemes for his nationwide cards. I mean, if you would have made every one of them, you'd probably have 15 to 20 custom NASCAR diecasts. Because I tell you, they sponsored him like, I'm talking incredible. Every single time they had a new video game. Didn't matter if it was a game for the Wii, didn't matter if it was a new Rock Band, it didn't matter if it was a new, whatever, Lego game or anything. I mean, literally every game they had a sponsor for them. And then that GameStop sponsorship even carried over to like Matt Kenseth and whatnot after Logano flew the coop. I mean, they even carried it to Eric Jones. I mean, they literally made so many different paint schemes, and I loved it. Like, I would love to see someone have every single GameStop NASCAR custom made. Every single one. It would be incredible, man. Anyways, folks, thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Helps out the channel tremendously. Hope you have an amazing day out there. And of course, the NASCAR DURALAST Cup Series returns August 2nd for the DURALAST Cup Series Season 3 Daytona 500. And July 30th, the dual races at Daytona to set the field for the 500. We'll have go or go homers. Some drivers like Jimmy Johnson couldn't miss the show because he was outside the top 30 in points. Anyways, folks, hope you have an amazing day out there. I love this custom. Tell me what y'all think about it down below in the comment section. I'd love to know what y'all think. With all that being said, Diecastbuffet signing off.